Stephanie Milky here, aka Keto Mom, or often called mom, sis, Steffi, daughter, wife, aunt, and friend. Just like many of you, I carry a lot of titles. My favorite title is mom. I should probably say wife, which takes a lot of my time. But let's be honest, if you want to do something and do it well, you will make the time for it. Commitment is hard because we find ourselves overcommitted, but when you practice prioritizing, you will find out what is actually important and what you can let go. With the Keto Mom podcast, you will learn together how to manage our time, commit to the most important things in life, and I will equip you with the tools you need to feel qualified each step of the way. My name is Stephanie Milky, and welcome to the Keto Mom Secrets podcast. Hey everybody, welcome to the Keto Mom page. My name is Stephanie, and I would love for you, as you're tuning in, to tell me where you're tuning in from and one thing you're thankful for. It is the season of gratitude, although we should be thankful every single day, no matter what. But as you're tuning in, happy November 1st. I had to think of the month. It's a new month. Happy 1st of November. And let me know 1 to 5 things you're thankful for. I am thankful. It's supposed to be, I think, 74 degrees today in Minnesota. We do not have snow yet, although I will be thankful for the snow, but it really is a really nice fall here. So I'm thankful for the weather. It is absolutely beautiful. I'm thankful for the Keto Mom page. I want you to say good morning. Oh, you know what? I actually need to turn my phone on focus mode so people don't call me, because if they do, it screws up my lives. All right, you ready? Good morning. We are going through this book. I have been reading a lot of books this morning. I'm reading a new book by Keith Craft. Actually, I was reading this yesterday morning. I'm going to read it every morning to my kids. If I do not know you, will you post new below? I would love to get to know you. I would love to hear your story. I would love to help you on your journey. I'll give you a little bit of overview of what this page is about. Good morning, everybody. I love it when you say good morning. I was like, oh, it's November. It is the month of, it's interesting how certain seasons and months, certain times of year make us be more mindful about certain things. So you really can't deny that November seems to be like you are more aware of gratitude, right? Thankfulness. We've got Thanksgiving coming around the corner, which I love. I love and I host and I love. I love it. So, if you're brand new, so nice to meet you. Here on the Keto Mom page, you will have recipes, how to get started. There's no shortage of how-tos. And what you might find might be different than other keto pages, because I will walk you through how to do keto if you actually want to do it that way. Most people are more successful and stick with it long term, doing something like low carb, being mindful of their food, making better choices, drinking more water. I talk about drinking ketones, moving your body, and honestly, the number one thing that I'm super mindful about is your mindset, is your mind. What are you thinking about? The words that you're speaking. My husband and I were just kind of doing devotions this morning. We were sitting at the table and he was telling me something that he learned about the beginning of time and Adam and Eve and actually seed and harvest, right? We were talking about seed and harvest. We were talking about not eating your seed. You might have no idea what this means, but we were talking about like the words that we speak. Are we speaking life? Are we speaking death? So it's super important. I do have Thanksgiving. So if you do have specific questions, you can ask your questions below. I'll either send you a message, or if I see it as I'm chatting, I'll answer those. I do have Thanksgiving recipes coming up. So I just need to gather those and I will post those for you. That's a fun question. Are you going to do, who's hosting Thanksgiving? So if you're hosting, tell me you're hosting Thanksgiving. If you're going, that's great. Maybe you make one dish and show up and you don't have to clean up the mess, which I don't mind. I actually don't mind at all. And everybody stays and helps, but we try to have I feel like Thanksgiving is a great meal. Okay, let me rephrase that. It's a simple meal to make low carb if you want to have low carb options, because there's so much meat and you can make so many different things. That can be a lower carb option, but for me, I'm always here And I like to go, actually Thanksgiving isn't my favorite kind of meal, but I will be thankful for the food, but I'm most thankful for the conversations. So I'm hosting as well. It's gonna be super fun. I'm actually really excited. So let's dive into the book. I like to do mindset in the mornings because I feel like if your mindset, if your mind, if your focus, if your words are not on track, meaning if you don't believe that you can, if you're constantly speaking things like, I never, even this, oh, I have to go to work. Oh, I have to go to the gym. I have to eat a salad. No, you get to. You get to go to work and provide for your family. You get to wake up early and read a book or work on you. You get to go to the gym to work on your health. You get to eat a salad because salads are delicious. Your words are going to seriously depict, like it's your thinking, it's your words, it creates your action, and those are the results that you're getting. So a year and a half ago when I was like, I am not doing anybody anything. I'm not serving anybody by just giving them recipes and hoping they can figure it out. If I can't help you understand the power of your mindset, then you're going to go around the same mountain over and over again every 6 months, every year, starting over in January, like 99% of people do, because they want better, but they don't know how to get it, right? So with that, I have been blessed to have mentors and people, and I've sought out mentors and books and podcasts to learn so that I can help you. So here's the book that we have been going through. I'm going to give you the highlights real quick, but this book helps with your time management. Excuse me. I'm speaking over my body. Health and well. Healthy body. Too many people are not feeling great right now. I like people that we know, and I'm like, no way. I am healthy and strong. Like, if you don't speak truth over your body, guess what? I speak truth over my body. This morning, I've already been like, my body is healthy and strong. This might seem silly, but I speak over my hair because there's a lot of women that deal with hair loss, and there's a couple of things I've learned from doctors and scientists and women and hormones, but like I fought a hair journey for a couple of years, and so I'm like, every day I comb my hair, and I'm like, thank you, Lord, that my hair is long, thick, healthy, and strong on my head. On my head. This morning, I was speaking over our lake and our water because I don't know where you're from, but in general, there has been a drought going on. And so I stretched out my hand this morning and I'm like, Lord, thank you for our water levels. The water is staying. Our fish are protected. That's what I do as I walk around, and as things pop into my mind, I speak life to it. So I'm like, thank you that my body is healthy and strong. Thank you that I can work out. Thank you that I have strength. I feel great. It's going to be a great month. Seriously. I'm not kidding. I do it all the time. Your words are powerful. It's biblical. The Bible talks about it. If you read your Bible, you know. If you don't and you're like, what is this lady talking about? Just keep following along and you'll figure it out. All right. My husband's pushing dirt. I see the tractor outside. This book is about time management. So it's helping you with your time. It's helping you with your priorities and your energy levels to help you get the most done in your best times throughout your day. So if you need help with time management or your energy levels, like I talk about drinking ketones to give me energy, but this gives you a focused understanding of like where you should be spending your time. All right, you guys, I read this morning and I was like, oh my goodness. Do any of you have teenagers in your home? Who has teenagers? We have 4 girls. They are 15, 13, 11, and 9. Obviously 2 teenagers, 2 soon-to-be teenagers. And so I was reading this, and we do have to have conversations, and I watch my children, and we have conversations about social media and the telephone and the distractions. Like one of our daughters, our oldest daughter, is taking college classes, and I'm like, you shut that phone off. Like, I'll tell you right now. He's talking about distractions and how you're focused. Here, I'll just read you. Are you ready? He says this. Average users touch their phones 2,617 times a day. Average. Listen to this, because we're going to talk about, I promise you this will help you with your health, all right? Heavy users touch their phone 5,427 times a day. And it depends on what you're touching your phone for, right? He told a really funny story. I'll tell you what the story was about. He said, we might not think that, oh, my daughter's phone is right here. We might not think that picking up our phone is a big deal because we don't think of it as a distraction. But the notifications on this phone that ding and buzz and call hit your mind, right? Creates dopamine, and you have to check it and you have to answer it. And for those of you who, like me, do everything, like my business is on my phone, like I have to be very mindful of when I'm on it and when I'm not, and not answering. Like I shut off the notifications on my phone when I want to go and check the different apps and the different places that I talk to you and people on here. I purposely go and check it, but I don't have the notifications on. Now, but I also know I have my own work on having my own time blocks. Now, I'm not great at it. The average, like most people, touch their phone 5,427 times a day. He gave the example. He said, you might not think that that's you or that your phone distracts you, but he goes, it's just like, he goes, I'm going to give you this story. He goes, think about you sitting at your desk or your office or your table or somewhere where you're focused and you're working. And he goes, think about the doorbell ringing and you getting up, walking to the door, answering the door, and somebody says, hey, I'm going to bring you lunch. What would you like? And you're like, I'd like a lettuce wrap from Quiznos or wherever, I don't know, Jimmy John's. And you tell them what, I'd like a lettuce wrap, meat, whatever. All right, awesome. You go sit back down, start getting back focused again. Doorbell rings again. You have to get back up. Oh, I forgot. Did you want mayo? Yes, I do want mayo. All right, I'll be back. Okay, shut the door. Go back to your office, you're working, doorbell rings again. I'm so sorry. I can't remember. Did you want cheese or no cheese? Yes, I'd like cheese. And you do that over and over again. That is technology. And I love it because he says this. He goes, oh shoot, you know what? I don't think he said it on this. He goes, technology is a tool. It also can distract people and ruin their most productive times. He said it a different way, but in general, that's it. So, he goes, if you're like most people, you don't need an enemy to interrupt you. You already have one. Perpetual, distracted you. When technology runs us, it ruins us. Technology makes a wonderful servant, but a terrible master. All right. These are just the tips over this chapter. He goes, paying attention to the wrong things costs you your priorities, your goals, your productivity, your health, and even your family. And eventually it costs you your potential and your dreams. Paying attention to the wrong things. And what I love about this book is he really helps you understand like your time, your energy, your focus, the things you're giving yes to. And sometimes a lot of you say yes to too many things, becomes a distraction. And so honestly, what I tell my girls and what we talk about all the time is the word awareness. The word awareness has been our word for the entire year. And I'm like, I need you to be aware when we're in public of people. I need you to be aware of your words, be aware of your face, be aware. I mean, like, it's just a word that I talk about all the time. They're doing something and I'm like, this is a key to have awareness. When other people are doing things and my girls are watching them like, oh man, my kids will come home and be like, they were not aware. Even things like if we're walking at a mall or a grocery store and, people aren't paying attention and they don't stay in their lane or they don't move or they like run into you. And my kids will be like this, awareness, Mom. They don't have awareness. I hope that you can come here and you understand the power of reading or having a mentor or listening to a podcast to give you awareness in life, because if you lack awareness, that's where you grab the donut, you go through the drive-thru, you didn't pack a lunch, you yelled at somebody, like you weren't aware of the situation. You didn't give yourself 5 seconds to go, am I going to react or respond? Because you reacted so quickly that if you were to just sit back for 2 seconds and be able to control yourself as far as like the words you're speaking or the things you're projecting. Or I'm like, sometimes I had to tell my girls, hey, yo, if you're happy and you know it, tell your face. I will look at my daughter or my girls in public and I'm like, check your face. Like how many of you were all of your emotions on your face? And sometimes I'm like, listen, we don't have to know what you're thinking right now. I know. This should give you awareness. This, or any other books that we're reading, right? I'm reading this to my girls. Like awareness. Giving yourself some time to understand like what you're doing and why you're doing it and the decisions that you're making or the words that you're speaking. It's so important. Why do you read? To give you awareness, to make better choices and to make better decisions. All right, here's a couple more things he said in this chapter. Find or create the most undistractable environment that you can. So he talks about different people can work in coffee shops, different people can't. He doesn't like the noise. Figuring out your best productive times. Notifications on your device make you access content on other people's schedules. So shutting off notifications if the notifications make you be like, right? Most things that present themselves as urgent are not urgent. The quality of your work is determined by the quality of your thinking. Early mornings can be especially productive. That's why I tell you that book that we talk about, The Morning Miracle, like owning your morning, owning your day. He goes, it doesn't mean that, he's like, it's not that everybody loves mornings, but he goes, not because you don't notice the distraction, because there's less distractions early in the morning because most people are sleeping in. They're not focused. They're not sending all the messages in the morning. It's later in the day when they remember. So if you want to be productive, get up in the morning and own your morning. He goes, a focused you is a better you. So that's what this book is about. Your time, your management, your priorities, your distractions. I think it's great. It's good awareness to help you on your journey. And you might be going, how does this help me with my fat loss? A lot, actually. Because most people don't manage their time well. They sleep in, they don't get up, they don't work out, they let their day own them. They don't own their day. They let other people own them. They say yes to too many things and not to their priorities. They might have the attitude of, I have to, when in reality, most of you that are on here, you have a phone, you have a home, you hopefully have a job. You get to do all of those things, right? It's the way that you look at your environment, your situation, the things that you're going through right now. It doesn't mean that it can't get better. And if you want it to be better, then you've got to start with your stinking thinking and become a better thinker, a positive thinker. Somebody who's going to listen to people that have already gone and done what you want to do, and then you copy them, you emulate, you do what they've already done, right? It's like, I hope I get this right. How do you walk through a minefield? You follow the person that's already gone through it, right? Because they've done it. So it's reading good books. This is the book if you want to take, somebody asked for the author, take a screenshot. This book I read to my two youngest daughters yesterday. It's just a sweet book about stories. And I listened to Keith Kraft. He's a pastor in Texas. Frisco, Texas. And this is a book about his grandma. Well, I say grandma. I think he says Mima, but it's not spelled that way. So Mima? Doesn't matter. Anyways, I remember listening to his stories. We listened to him on Saturday, and I was like, where in the world did he get all of that wisdom at such a young age? Because he shared so many stories. And then I listened to him on Sunday at our church, and he mentioned his grandma. And I went, oh, that is where he got all of his wisdom. And so, of course, I'm going to pick up the book of the little wisdom nuggets for his life from his grandma. So, I don't know. You know what? If you value other people's wisdom and knowledge and they've already done what you want to do, then you listen. And then here's the key. You read these books. Maybe you find a mentor. You meet with somebody. You ask questions. And the key to getting to what you want, to where you want to go, the secret is to take action. Like actually doing it. You have to take one thing that you've learned and you have to do it. You have to implement it. You have to have the awareness. You have to go, oh, yeah, I don't have to do that. I can do this. I don't have to answer my phone just because there's a notification. They can wait. I already set my priorities. I'm going to the gym. So when somebody calls me because they need me at this time, I'm like, I'm so sorry. Yes, I will help you eventually. But right now, I actually have me time and I'm going to the gym. Going to the gym. All right. If you have questions, I know you've been asking questions, ask below, and I'll send you a message later this morning. We have to get to homeschool. No, we don't. We get to. I even caught myself. We get to do school this morning. Right, Amelia? Yes. She's almost done with 2 of her college classes. Right? She's doing great. It's going to be a great day. The sun is shining. You are amazing. You have greatness inside of you. God's got gifts and things and talents that he wants you to do that need to give to the world. Do not give into that thought of, oh, I don't have anything to offer. No, not me. We all do. Just depends on if you're going to dig in and actually use your gifts. All right. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. I'll come back on later and give you some keto tips, or you can scroll through the page for the last 7 years. You can head to KetoMomSecrets.com, all one word. It's my blog. KetoMomSecrets.com. Click on recipes, how to get started. Click on Mom Fuel. I'll be talking more about this later this afternoon. We've got a lot of fun things coming up. We have a 10-day challenge we're starting here in 1 week. A new 10-day challenge. It's going to be amazing. I hope you have a great day. We'll talk to you guys very soon. Bye, everybody.